Welcome back to Sisi Asake Storytime. Today's story is one filled with treasures, choices, and lessons about the earth. But tell me, my friend, if you were sent into a big, mysterious forest to find the rarest treasure for a king, what would you bring back? The shiny jewel? Golden crown? Or is it something more precious? Are you ready? Let's go! Long ago, in the great kingdom of Oyo, there lived a wise king named Ọba Adéwálé. Everyone called him Baba Agba. This is because he ruled with love and fairness. Ọba Adéwálé had 3 sons. Adérèmí, the eldest, as strong as the Iroko tree. Adéṣina, Kejì, quick and clever like lightning. And Adékúnlé, Ọmọkùnrin, gentle and kind like the morning sun. The boys had once learned the lesson of Ọkàn, but the king needed to test them again. After all, a true king must not only be strong or clever, but must also have Rere. One bright morning, the king called the people of the village to the palace. Drums rolled, women clapped, and children whispered excitedly. The king lifted beautifully a carved àpótí above his head. "Ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi," he said, "inside this box lies a great treasure. To claim it, each of you must go into the forest. Bring back the rarest gift you can find before the sun sets tomorrow." The crowd gasped. The princes bowed deeply and set off, eager to prove themselves to their father. Adérèmí, proud and strong, marched into the forest. Soon he found the shimmering feather from the sacred Odùduwà bed. It sparkled like fire in the sunlight. "Èyí dára fún bàbá mi," he declared proudly. But just as he turned to leave, he heard a soft cry. Beneath a tree sat a hungry, weak, and lonely boy. Adérèmí paused, shook his head. He left quickly, clutching the feather. Adéṣina, clever and sharp, searched for something unique. By a shining stream, he spotted a glowing blue Okuta Ìyebíye. He said with a grin. "Èyí dá fún bàbá mi o." But nearby, an old woman bent low under an heavy firewood. She begged for help. Adéṣina frowned, took his precious stone and left. He hurried back to the palace with his gem. Adékúnlé, gentle and kind, walked quietly through the forest. Deep inside, he found the magical flower, called the flower of Ìrètí. This flower was glowing with rainbow colors. This must be special, he thought. But just then, he saw children crying near a broken bridge. Adékúnlé stopped to look. These children could not cross the river to return home. Adékúnlé sighed, put the flower down, and got to work. He tied vines, laid branches, and carefully fixed the bridge. He then held the children's hand and guided them across safely. Though the sun was already low, His heart was full of joy. At last, he picked up his flower again. I need to quickly run back to Bami. That evening, the courtyard filled with villagers waiting eagerly. Drums were beating softly. The prince stood before their father. Adérèmí lifted the Odùduwà feather high. His brother, Adéṣina, held up his glowing gem. The people murmured in awe. Adékúnlé holding his fading Ìrètí flower. His voice was soft. Honestly, he felt he had done the wrong thing because he came back very late and he said, Oba, I found the flower of hope, but I spent my time helping children. Although my flower is not perfect, but my heart is at peace. The courtyard fell silent. Slowly, Ọba Adéwálé rose from his golden throne. With Ìmọ́lẹ̀ behind him. In your mom, he said. The forest did not test what you could find, but who you are. Adérèmí, you had strength but ignored the child. Adéṣina, you had cleverness but refused an elder. But you, Adékúnlé, you brought the true treasure. Ọkàn, Rere. Oh. The crowd cheered loudly. The king was so excited. Adérèmí, Adékúnlé, Adéṣina. Adékúnlé was lifted up high. And he was celebrated. The other boys had learnt their lesson. Lottie thought it is not always about your strength, but strength. The moral lesson here. A true leader is not the strongest or the richest, but the one with Ọkàn, Rere. The Yoruba words used in the story are Ọba, king, Òye, wisdom, Ìwà Rere, good character, Ìṣọ̀kan, unity, Kejì, the second, Ìkẹta, the third, Ní òtítọ́, truly, Ọgbọ́n, intelligence, Ọkàn, Rere, a good heart, Àpótí, box, Ìrètí, hope, Okuta, Ìyebíye, precious gem. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi, my children, èyí dára fún bàbá mi. This is good for my father.